Who Wants to Be a Cotton Millionaire is an interactive activity developed by the BBC. As demonstrated in a playthrough of the game, students study the Industrial Revolution as required in the Australian history curriculum. Stage 5 history students explore the key features of the agricultural revolution in Britain through enacting the educational game.
Your character is an advisor to a budding businessman based in Kendal during the Industrial Revolution. Whilst playing as your character, you must make a series of key decisions that will determine whether the business prospers or your advisor ends up in debtor's prison.
You begin having to decide which part of England you would like to base your business. Based on your decision, you are provided with feedback and can choose whether or not to proceed. The favourable decisions are rewarded with stacks of money, which are stored beneath your character's avatar and accumulate or decrease according to your actions.
Once you proceed, you are asked to choose whether your labour force will consist of men or women and children. This relates to the dot point outlined in the syllabus concerned with a cheap labour force. The next decision is regarding the use of new technologies. Do you want to employ home workers, use water power, or embrace the new steam power?
As your business commences, you are required to make the final decision of whether to improve the conditions of your workers or invest more money in new machinery. If you make the correct decision, you have now concluded the interactive activity.
With regards to the demands of the syllabus and the quality teaching framework, the activity has both strengths and weaknesses. Its primary strength lies in its ability to engage students through its use of animation and graphics that accompany the information component of the game. Syllabus components are satisfied and elements of the QT framework are incorporated.
The weaknesses of the activity lie in its inability to provide students with a sophisticated understanding of the syllabus criteria relevant to the Industrial Revolution. To fully understand concepts of the Industrial Revolution, Who Wants to Be a Cotton Millionaire must be accompanied by a range of teacher-developed resources to ensure student understanding.
The following student learning outcomes are satisfied by this learning task. Students describe key features of the agricultural revolution in Britain, including the emergence of a cheap labour force, explain how industrialisation contributed to the development of Britain, outline and explain population movements in Britain, and describe the changes to the way of life men and women who moved from the country to towns and cities, and use a variety of sources to investigate working conditions with particular emphasis on child labour. Who Wants to Be a Cotton Millionaire satisfies the following quality teaching model criteria. Problematic knowledge because students have to use their knowledge and apply it to suit the time and place in which the factory has been set up. Higher order thinking because students must combine facts and ideas in order to arrive at a conclusion. Engagement because Who Wants to Be a Cotton Millionaire is a fun activity and can be used to break up a lesson and refocus students' attention, whilst requiring students to think about what they've learned. Engagement is the most important factor and will be taken on to the next assignment. Students require engaging tasks in order to focus their attention, apply themselves, and process the information effectively. Other areas of the QTM that are satisfied by the interactive activity are self-regulation because students will be expected to demonstrate autonomy and initiative in this learning task. Student direction because they will have control over time spent on the task and therefore the pace of the lesson. Knowledge integration because students have to draw on knowledge they have learnt and apply that knowledge to the different scenarios in the game.